Professional level mirrorless cameras. Do they exist or not? Let's talk a little bit about it. Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I'd like to talk to you about a great camera. It's actually a great camera announcement. A few weeks ago, Olympus announced a new camera, the OM D EM 1 Mark II. Now I have to tell you, Olympus surprised me very much. I wasn't prepared for this, honestly. Especially not from Olympus. Olympus used to have very great cameras, but they were kind of not really in the innovations, and the new stuff, But at the moment, they are the best, I have to tell you. With this new camera, it's just unbelievably good. So let's talk a little bit about this new camera. I do not want to get too much in the specifications and all kind of data. You can find that anyway on the Olympus website or the big retailers website, like BH Photo Video or Adorama or this, where you can pre-order the camera. Now, Olympus OM D EM 1 Mark II. It's a 20.4 megapixel camera. Now the truth is that it's micro four thirds, so the crop factor is 2. It's not 1.5 like with the APS-C size cameras. But that wouldn't be a big issue, I would say. But on the other hand, this is the first mirrorless camera which is professional, really professional grade, I have to tell you. Now, nobody really can complain about this camera. And I tell you why. If you just have a look at the specifications, you will realize that it's unbelievably good. I mean, what this camera does, it's unbelievable. I used to make some videos about my disappointments, in Sony, and some people they commented me, and they jumped on me and they started to argue with me, because I said some bad things about Sony A6500 or something like that, and they said you will never find a perfect camera. That's true, you will never find the perfect camera. That's completely true. Well, I tell you something, this is 99% close to the perfect camera. So let's see why. In my opinion, a professional camera has to must have some things. And now, first of all, is dual SD card slot. This camera has dual SD card slot. Second of all, it must have the shutter speed 1/8000th of a second. Now this camera has the mechanical shutter speed until 1/8000th of a second. And then the electronic shutter speed, it's even more, 1 second, I'll tell you now, I just have to check. Yes, so the mechanical shutter is until 1/8000th of a second, and the electronic shutter is from 60 seconds until 1/32,000th of a second. Now, how it will work, we'll see. Because with the electronic shutter, several times you will get some effects, some bad effects. But hopefully this will work fine. But I tell you something, even if it doesn't, I mean, the mechanical shutter is 1/8000th of a second, and that is the most important. Other than that, if the other one works, it's even better. If not, it's okay. So, shutter speed is 1/8000th of a second. The next very important thing for me, in my opinion, is the flash sync speed. Now, I was arguing several times, with photographers, and they say, 1/60th of a second is fine. No. Guys, we are walking on the Mars and on the moon, we are landing on the moon, and we cannot make a camera with 1/250th of a second and 1/400th of a second or something flash sync speed. Come on, that's unbelievable. Anyway, this camera has 1/250th of a second. That's great. That is the minimum you should have. A professional camera should have the minimum 1/250th of a second. That's what I think anyway. This is only my opinion. The next, in the 4K recording, majority of the cameras, except the Panasonic GH4, they all have only the Ultra HD pixel size, so they won't have the cinematic 4K. Now in this situation, Olympus they put in here the cinematic 4K, which is 4096 pixels by 2160 pixels. That's the widest 4K, you know, it is what you can shoot. And you have also the Ultra HD, the 3840 pixels by 2160 pixels. That's the Ultra HD. Usually all the 4K cameras, you know, will shoot Ultra HD, they won't shoot cinematic 4K. This one does cinematic 4K at, and here comes the surprise, 237 megabits per second. That's unbelievably good, I tell you. Unbelievably good. Now, like and video clip length until 29 minutes. Now, we never had any problem. The truth is that for Olympus, this is the first time when I think it's the first or the second time. I think it's the second time when they introduced 4K in a camera. So they don't really have a lot of experience like Panasonic, you know. But I hope that it won't be any overheating issues or something. We will see. But in the specifications, this is the best, I tell you. I mean, the other cameras, majority of them, you know, they only shoot at 100 megabits per second. And this is 237, so that's for videographers, you know, it will be excellent. And on the other hand, you have headphone jack, you have a microphone jack, you have all kind of connections, you know, what you need for videography. So you have battery grip options. Again, something extra. I tell you guys, if you want to have a look on the specifications, you know, you can go and on the website you can find. I don't want to spend too much time on it. What I want to say that at 20.4 megapixel micro four thirds sensor, I think that this sensor is very capable. It will be very capable. That's what I think. We will see in the future how it will act, you know, when we can try and put our hands on it. But I think that this camera is excellent, and this camera will be the first, I'm not joking now, except the Leica cameras, but this is the first camera in my eye which is actually professional level camera, because all the negative aspects what I used to have in Sony cameras, they introduced in here. So I think that this is the first camera which is this close to be used as a professional camera, and you can use it without any issue. We'll see in the future, we'll see when it comes out and we can put our hands on it, but I think that this is a very good news in the mirrorless market. It is a little bit pricey. In US it will be $2,000. That's a little bit pricey, yes, but on the other hand, can you find anything better? I don't think so. You can find with bigger sensor, but can you find anything better? No. So optical image stabilization is also incorporated in the camera, and as we all know, Olympus is famous about the great optical image stabilization, so I don't have any concerns about that. 100% the camera will work flawlessly with the incorporated image stabilization, and it will be on the sensor, because Olympus all the time they put on the sensor the image stabilization, not in the lenses. So I think that it worth to check, you know, and if you want to save up your money, it worth to buy. Like I said, we will see when the camera comes out, and can do some tests, you know, and then we see. But until now, Olympus used to have a very good history, you know, like what they said, it was okay, it was fine. So I don't want to speak about all the small little aspects, you can search it, but I think that this is a camera which worth your attention. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I hope that you will have an interest, you know, and if you have an interest, search around and you will find the camera, obviously, and you can read all the specifications, and I wish you a nice day. Other than that, see you later. Take care, guys. I won't forget your last betray. I'll